I love baseball cards. Got 'em, need 'em, got 'em, need 'em, need 'em, need 'em, got 'em, need 'em.
Welcome to another episode of Remember the Great Sports. This is a card shop pickup. I've shared many times that when I go to the local card shop or LCS, that, sometimes there are bargains to be found. Just because it's a brick and mortar card shop does not mean that you can't find good deals sometimes. And in today's age, it's very hard to find one niche that everybody collects. And this is kind of a card shop slash hobby store that just tries to appease a lot of audiences, meaning it is half card shop, half fan shop, meaning you can go in there and buy, clocks and, trash cans and, sweatshirts and beer steins and that kind of stuff with your favorite team's logo on it. If you like the Chicago Cubs or the St. Louis Cardinals or the Oakland Raiders or whatever, they have like fan items there. The stuff that you see in some of the sporting goods stores throughout the country. And I really don't collect that stuff, but if you do collect that stuff, this is a great place to go find some odds and ends. Like if you're looking for a St. Louis Cardinals clock for somebody for Christmas or something, this is a good place to find those. Now on the other side of that spectrum, they have some high-end cards, which is a popular part of the collecting hobby today. But they also have a lot of hodgepodge there, is what I like to call it. There's stuff from the junk wax era. There's vintage. I've found autographs there. I've found, junk ball era sets, packs, on down the list. So I'm going to share with you, I roughly spent just over $40 for all of this stuff, and I thought it was a pretty good deal. So some of these I was thinking of holding back for the dollar video, but I thought, I'm just going to throw them all into this video instead of splitting them up, because the dollar deals are getting harder to find. But, maybe I'll go back and buy some more dollar items and share them some other time with you. So I'm going to kind of jump in. So the first thing I want to share with you is I have a box back here. And there was a whole row, I would say probably of, 16 to 20 of these. And what these are incomplete partial sets for only $1. $1. So I, kind of looked through them, and I was looking for a set that I didn't already have, but that's hard to do sometimes. And I actually do not have a 92 score incomplete set. I have a factory sealed set that I never opened. But as you can see, this is all of the set, minus, I'm assuming, the cards listed here. And these are just some of the cards out of the set that were laying on top. Griffey, Will Clark, Nolan Ryan. Now, they had 90 score, 91 Fleer, 92 score, 88 tops, on and down the list. These are your junk ball era boxes, more or less. So you're asking me, man, why are you even wasting money on this? That's kindling, and I get that, okay? But it was $1 for almost 700 cards, okay? $1 is all that I spent on this. And the other reason that I bought this was not just for my through the mail pursuits, when I write people through the mail, but I do a lot of in-person autographing as well. Well, I like to have a 1992 set. I actually, at any given time, if you ever see me at a minor league stadium, at any time I have up to 5,000 cards in the trunk of my car, just sitting there just in case. And you're like, that's crazy. Well, I like to call it as being prepared. So what I do is I throw a box like this in my trunk. I carry an 88 tops set with me in my trunk. And I want to say I carry a 90 score. I don't remember, or 91 Donruss, that's it. So I carry a 91 Donruss, a 92 score now, and an 88 tops set in the trunk of my car at every game that I go to. Why do I do that? Well, if I happen to be there and I spot somebody in the stands, or a rover is in town, an example I'll give is Rafael Belliard works for the Kansas City Royals. Well, I frequently see Rafael Belliard at minor league baseball games, every summer. Now, sometimes there's somebody else that shows up. Well, if they happen to play in 1988, 1991, or 92, well, I have a card of them then. So I go out to my car, I pull the card out, I ask him to sign it. So that's really the big reason I bought this set. I would say if you have a love for collecting sets and busting wax and finishing your sets, these are great starter sets to get you really in the mood. Now, in that same breath, there was another, just right in the same row, there was this box. And the card shop had about 4 or 5 of these. And as you can see, these are all the update sets from mainly the Fleer update sets, but there's a Topps Traded and a Donruss in there. And the price tag on the entire box, $10. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets, okay? 6 sets for $10. So under $2 a set. Now, this is a buyer beware moment, okay? These 3 are all sealed, these Fleers, so I'm going to assume that they're real, legit. But for some reason, the 91 was not sealed. And I thought, well, that's odd. That should have the cellophane, on it. So I opened it up and I started leafing through it. And lo and behold, the Jeff Bagwell and Ivan Rodriguez rookie cards are nowhere to be found. So, I'm not upset. I paid less than $2 for the partial set, but that's just to kind of educate some of the people that watch this channel that when you see a set like this sitting there that's been opened, there's no reason you shouldn't go through it and make sure that it's complete before you buy it. I don't care if you're buying it for $1 or you're paying $10 for it. The seller should say, yeah, that's cool, go ahead and go through it. Now, if it has the cellophane wrapper on it, like these do, see, this is how they came factory sealed, you don't have anything to worry about. Well, I guess you do if somebody's really sneaky and, tries to slide them out. But, I don't think anybody's going to do that. This 88 Donruss actually had cellophane on it, and I opened it up just to make sure that it was all there. The 91 Topps, I did the same exact thing, and I didn't do this in the shop. I wasn't too worried about it, but I opened the 91 Topps up, and lo and behold, there's the Jeff Bagwell. And the Ivan Rodriguez is in there as well. So I got burnt on one of the 91 sets, but the other 91 set was complete. So I thought, for less than $2 a set, I'm going to buy the whole thing of them. And as a matter of fact, they had 4 or 5 of these there. And I'm thinking about going back and buying a couple more, to be honest with you, because this is just a steal to get these sets for under $2. And for some reason, I never had the 88 Donruss set. And this set is quite pitiful, to be honest with you. There's a Mark Grace, as you can see on top there. Robbie Alomar. There's, just not a whole lot in the set. Chris Sabo. But, just Jack McDowell. Oh, Edgar Martinez is in the set. That's probably the best one. The Hall of Famer, Edgar Martinez. Because I believe that is a true rookie card of Edgar Martinez. Where the Robbie Alomar, he shows up in the regular 88 Donruss set, so this is considered an extended rookie. So it's not really a true rookie of his. I mean, I guess you could consider it a rookie, but technically the one in the regular set is. Or Edgar here didn't make the regular set, so that's his real rookie card. So, just for the fact of buying the set to get that, I thought it was well worth it. So that's that. So under a couple bucks for each set. And I use these sets a lot for through the mails as well. I think I have all of these sets already in open format, so I'm probably going to leave those sealed and, you know, throw them out in the garage or whatever. But I know I have the 91 set. But so this next stack, and I might do a tearing packs video with this one, is I found 17 packs of baseball legends. Pacific Baseball Legends. And I did open a couple packs, but I'm going to probably do a tearing packs episode. And you can see the stack here that I got. But I'll just kind of show you what these are, and you might be like, oh, I remember those. So I opened one pack, and this is the ilk of the guys you get in there. You know, some legends from the 50s and 60s, 80s. You know, there's Dave Kingman, Don Drysdale, you know, Monty Irvin, Hall of Famer, you know, Bobby Grich, 70s and 80s. There's another Kingman, so a 2 Kingman pack, Al Rosen, and a Bobby Dorr. Unfortunately, Bobby's passed away, but this was probably, I would say if there was a Hall of Fame for through the mail autographers, this guy is enshrined. Bobby Dorr was a great autographer when he was still living. So, anyways, I'll post another episode probably of me opening all these up and sharing them with you, but they were only a quarter a pack, so for 25 cents times 17, I got myself a steal, in my opinion. You know, that came out to only 4 1/4. So I asked the shop owner, I said, you got like a box of those or anything? I'll buy the whole box from you. He's like, nope, that's all I got. Quarter a pack. Said, done. So as I'm going up to the register to pay, I'm laying all this stuff down and he's checking me out. He's got a small stack of autographs there and they have no COAs on them or anything. And I found a Pacific Legends Johnny Mize autographed for $5. And I thought, well, for a Hall of Famer that's been deceased for many years, on a, I want to say that's an 89 Pacific Legends, on a Cardinals card on top of that, because he played for the Giants, the Cardinals, and the Yankees. I thought for $5, that's a steal for Johnny Mize. And if you guys got a chance to check it out, my Halloween video, he's my all-time first baseman on the all-time Halloween team. So check that out if you haven't yet. So Johnny Mize for $5. And these next two are some autographs that I've been looking for a long time. Okay. And if you guys don't know the history of this player, I'll kind of give it a brief, history lesson on it. This is an amazing story. This are 2 autographs of, one's on a postcard of one-armed player Pete Gray of the St. Louis Browns. And Pete signed a lot of autographs before his death, especially in the St. Louis area, being that he was a St. Louis Brown at one time, one of the Brownies. And I found this laying on a random table, with $5 on it. Well, not only did it have this postcard for $5, I found an 8x10 of Pete swinging the bat, one-armed, for only $5. So when I saw these, I turned to my wife. My wife was with me. Sorry about the lamp there. My wife was with me in the store, and she's like, well, who's this? I said, well, you're going to like this one. This is somebody I've been looking for a long time. And I almost pulled the trigger on buying one of these for like almost $25 a few years ago. But I was like, $25, that's just a little too high. And then I found 2 of them for $10. I was like, I'm taking both of these. So on that same table, all right, the very next table, it appeared that somebody probably brought their lifetime collection of Springfield Cardinals autographs to the place and just sold them all. Meaning, before I moved to Southwest Missouri, there's been Texas League games here since the Springfield Cardinals came about in 2004 or 5. Well, a lot of these autographs were circa 2005, 6, 7, 8, somewhere in there. So we're talking probably a table of 100 plus signed, single signed baseballs. Now, most of them had names on them. Like, this is so-and-so Derek Barton, for example, who played for the Springfield Cardinals, or not Derek, Brett Wallace, a Cardinals draft pick. Well, this one, I should also say that a lot of the balls were Texas League baseballs, or they were generic baseballs, meaning they were not authentic Major League baseballs. Well, I started going through them, and one that caught my eye was this. And that is a Chris Davis autograph, and this is Chris Davis of the Orioles, formerly the Texas Rangers, and it's on an official Major League Baseball. So Chris Davis, who had some very, very successful years with the Orioles, had a last couple years have been a little down for him, but he made his way through the Texas League many, many years ago, and this person must have got a single signed sweet spot ball signed. So it was laying on the table, $5. I said, well, for a single signed official Major League Baseball, a Chris Davis for $5, you can't go wrong. So I grabbed that. Now this next one, I'm just going to talk about baseballs a little bit here. I don't like collecting baseballs all that much, only because over time they bleed, the ball gets spots on it, et cetera, et cetera. There are rare exceptions that I will buy a non-official Major League Baseball to more or less collect. Very rare exception, but I made the exception this time. And I'm going to show you the name on here. And you can see that this is not an official baseball. It's a diamond, whatever, a diamond official, whatever. So just a cheap leather baseball. But the name, this is somebody that tragically was taken from us way too soon. And this was signed in May of 2007. Nick Adenhart of the Los Angeles Angels, Anaheim Angels, whatever you want to call them. And I saw the ball, and as you can see, it still maintains its nice, fluid, bold signature. Sorry about the blurriness there, but you can see the fluidity of that blue signature. It's not perfect, but it's not faded yet. It's not, completely trash like some balls that I have gotten signed on cheap baseballs. So this is a Nick Adenhart signed baseball. And I'm going to post a picture of him up, and a lot of people may have forgotten what happened to Nick, and he was tragically killed by a drunk driver when he was a member of the Los Angeles Angels or Anaheim Angels or whatever. So $5. So in total, I only paid just over $40 for everything. That's including the dollar set. I'm not going to bring it on camera here, but the dollar set, the 2 signed baseballs, the Johnny Mize, all of the sets. Unfortunately, one's only a partial set, and more importantly, the 2 Pete Gray autographs, all for just over $40 plus some tax. Again, this is a card shop, so this isn't like going to the mall saying, hey, I'll give you $40 for everything. No, they got to get you on the tax. So it was, $3, it was almost $3.50 in tax. So really, I paid $40 for the items and paid $3.50 in tax on it. So it was like $43.50. So what do you guys think? Not a bad pickup for the card shop. Very happy with all the finds that I got. I hope you learned a little bit about some historic baseball figures, Pete Gray, Nick Adenhart, and I also hope I gave you some good tips about checking these sets before you buy them. Again, I'm not upset at the seller, you know, the card shop at all with this. When he discounts stuff to under $2 a set, you know, if there's a couple of cards missing, there's a couple of cards missing. Buyer beware. So, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Look forward to your comments below, and happy collecting.